Sit still. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Sallu. Right. So now we have done many names. Which names can you remember that we've done? Al-Jamil. Good. Samir and Basir. We've done. Good. Any other names? Allah likes it when we're beautiful. Allah likes it that we are remembering that Allah can hear us and see us. Stop it. Put the toys down. Well, Allah. What's pure in Arabic? What's the name for Allah? For pure. What's the name for Allah?
Al-MANNAN.
Al-Tayyib. Good. What's Sittir? Do we remember what Sittir?
Hey, I think we've done this.
We've done Sittir. We haven't done this one.
Yeah, we've done this.
We haven't done this name yet. What's Sittir?
Given
What is Sittir? Tell me, what's Sittir?
Sittir.
Yeah, is the one who hides.
Secrets.
Hides, yeah, he keeps your bad deeds hidden.
I hide.
Right, so today we've got a new one, which is Al. Can you read that? Al, that's a meme. Meme with a fatha, with a noon shadda. Al-Mannan. What's that, Muhammad? Noon. Damma. Look here. Noon. Damma nu. Noon. No, damma. Look at that little wow. Yeah, but what's that wow? That little wow. What noise does that give? Ooh. Ooh. Good, sorry. Nanu. Noon. Damma nu. Al-Mannanu. And Al-Mannan is Allah, the one who gives favors. What's favors? Is a favor like, oh, do me a favor. Can you go get me a tissue, please? Is that what we mean? Yeah. No. Al-Mannan is the one who gives us so many good things. Al-Mannan, all the good things that you can have, ever, is from Allah.
The tissue.
So like your tissues. Like the earth that you walk on. Imagine you wake up in the morning and there's no earth.
Like,
imagine. But Allah is Al-Mannan. Exactly, and then you'll die, obviously. But Allah is Al-Mannan and He keeps you alive. Allah is Al-Mannan, He's given you a sky. Allah is Mannan and He gave you what, Saleh?
Popcorn.
What did you just say? You said something else. Oxygen. Allah is Mannan, He keeps your heart beating. Allah is Mannan, He gives you water every day. Allah is Mannan, He gives you breath to breathe in and out. Allah is Mannan and He lets you go to the toilet. Imagine you couldn't go to the toilet. Imagine how much pain you would be in. And how much pain you'd be if you couldn't breathe, if you couldn't eat, if you couldn't drink, if you couldn't sleep. Allah is giving you all of these good things. So we need to remember that it's from Allah. Right. But can you think of anything else which is a good thing that we've not mentioned so far?
Looking at the sky.
Yes, good. But there is something I want a bit more about, talking about Iman and about religion and about doing good deeds. What is it then when a person is always doing good deeds and he's always trying to do the right thing? What do we call that person having?
Taqwa.
Taqwa. Also the person is
Pure.
Read that.
Hidayah.
Hidayah.
He has hidayah.
He has hidayah. The person who has taqwa has hidayah. He is able to follow the right way all the time.
And he has hidayah plus akhlaq.
Akhlaq, yes. The biggest favor that Allah can give to you is tawheed and ikhlas and taqwa. Saleh, please. Please. Sit still. Sit still. Right. The biggest thing that Allah can give to you, the biggest favor. What does favor mean again? Favor means?
He gives us
good things. Favor means, and the biggest good thing that He can give you is the ability to do what is right and stay on that path. And not sometimes do right things and sometimes do bad things. Or sometimes have tawheed and sometimes have shirk. Allah is telling us that the biggest favor that He can give to you is hidayah. And that you have good manners and good behavior with other people. All of that is from Allah. Now, what do you think we should do if Allah gives you something nice? What do we think you should do? Throw it in the bin. We were just talking about that when we were doing our Quran lesson. Excellent. The way you can say thank you to Allah. How do you say thank you to Allah, Muhammad? Saleh.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That's by saying it. So now after you've eaten, what do we say?
Alhamdulillah.
Why do we say Alhamdulillah after we eat?
Thank you, Allah, for
Giving us food. What do you wore new clothes today? What do you say when you wear new clothes?
Thank you, Allah,
Alhamdulillah alladhi kasani hadha thawb. Exactly. So now the way we can say thank you to Allah is to say Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah means thank you Allah. Thank you Allah for all of the good things that you give us, especially hidayah and akhlaq. That's why when we bring in Fatiha, we say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Allah is so nice to us. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. And we are preparing to meet Allah. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. Give us hidayah, Allah, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. And make us of those people who say thank you to you. How can we... Okay, so now we've just talked about one thing. We can say thank you to Allah by saying Alhamdulillah. Is that the only thing? So imagine if your parent buys you a new phone or a new toy and it costs a lot of money. Would it be nice if you say, oh, thank you, Mum and Dad, and then throw it in the bin? You've already said thank you with your tongue. That's one way of saying thank you, but is that the only way of saying thank you?
No, using it properly.
Using it properly. Action. So you can see number 3 here. It says action. And when you have believe Allah is al-Mannan, in your heart you know that this good thing is from Allah. And you say Alhamdulillah. And then you use that thing properly, that means you are saying thank you to Allah. And it is only those people who will get the best favor and the best thing that Allah will give to them are those people who say thank you. What's the best thing? You see that dot. You have to fill that gap in. The greatest favor and the best thing that Allah can give you, the best thing that Allah can give you is excellent. Jannah. And Allah says in so many places in the Quran that those people who say thank you to Allah properly are only those people who go to Jannah. Because they realize that Allah has given them hidayah. They realize that Allah has taught them how to have good manners and be jameel. And then they say thank you to Allah in their heart and in their tongue and in their action. So they carry on praying, they don't get bored. Even sometimes it's difficult in the morning and the evening, and sometimes you might want to do something else. They still carry on doing good things. They say, no, this is from Allah, and Allah wants me to do this, and if I do this, Allah will become happy. Because all of these good things are from Allah. Now this is very important. When we stop having that connection with Allah, if we start thinking that the good things I've got in my life is because of me. I'm very clever. I'm very strong. I'm very rich. I don't need Allah. Or I don't even need to think about Allah. I can go and do what I want to do. Then in your heart, you are not believing properly that Allah is al-Mannan. And you find that even some Muslims will say, yeah, I believe Allah is the one who gives me these things. But really, they think that they are the ones that are getting it for themselves. So they say, no, I've got a good job and all of these things. Yeah, Allah gives and things like that. But how can you tell that a person actually believes that Allah is al-Mannan? That Allah is the one that keeps giving you nice things and good things all the time.
If they believe in Allah.
When you believe in Allah, good, but then even in your tongue and in your action, you can see it. So imagine if a person says, oh, I've got a brand new phone, Alhamdulillah, look at my new phone, it's so nice. Look how big the screen is and look how colourful it is, etc. But then he starts watching things which are haram, saying things which are haram, playing games which are haram and all those things. Is he actually saying Alhamdulillah? Is he actually believing that Allah is the one that gave it to him? Maybe he does. Maybe he is saying Alhamdulillah. But he's not complete. But this is very important. For us to believe that Allah is al-Mannan, the one who gives us good things. The best thing that he can give you is hidayah. Even if you don't have anything in your life. Imagine if you don't have any toys or food or drink. You've seen people in Burma. You've seen people in China. You've seen people in other places in the world. They don't have many things, do they? We see it on the TV all the time. Like people who need sadaqah. But Allah has given them hidayah and Allah has given them good manners. This is the biggest thing that Allah can give you, even if you have nothing. But if Allah gives you more, and He gives you a house, and He gives you a car, and He gives you all these different things, then alhamdulillah, then you need to carry on saying that all of this is from Allah. And I need to use it properly, and I need to thank Allah inside and outside. And nothing good comes to me because of myself. And when you start believing in that, then that opens a way of a person not having tawheed properly. Do you understand? And when a person carries on in that way, believing that Allah is al-Mannan, and they continue giving thank you to Allah, then they will end up going to Jannah. Now, let me ask you another question. Your parents that Allah has given to you, is that because Allah is al-Mannan or is not because Allah is Mannan?
Because Allah is al-Mannan.
Because Allah is al-Mannan. Why do you say that Allah has given you parents because He is al-Mannan?
Because he's the one who gives favour.
Excellent. So your parents now is a very good thing in your life. Right. If you've got your mum and your dad and you've got toys, are you using that correctly right now? No. That's not good manners and that's not hidayah. You should be sitting and listening. Right. So now if you've got parents, how should you behave with your parents? Can you speak to them rudely? Can you not listen to them? No, because that is not realizing that Allah, that's not saying thank you to Allah properly, because that you're not using the right way of doing it and you're not showing good manners. So these things could be something which you have like a stick or like a toy, and you say, oh, this is from Allah, alhamdulillah, I'm going to use it properly. But it also affects the way that you treat other people. The way you treat your parents, the way you treat your brother, the way you treat your friends, the way you treat people who are elder, the way you treat people who you don't even know. Treat everyone nicely and try and do the right thing all the time. This is about sticks and toys and things that you can touch. And we've also talked about human beings. But what about Allah? It is from Allah being al-Mannan that He told you what Tawheed is. He's taught you what Tawheed is. There's so many people in the world, they don't know what Tawheed is. There's so many people in the world, they don't know what Ikhlas is. There's so many people in the world, they don't even know that a place called Jannah exists. And that when they die, they can go to Jannah. A place where everybody will be happy and nobody will ever say no to you. You can have whatever you want. You can have a bed made out of chocolate. You can have a rainbow made out of honey. You can have wings and fly that are made out of candy floss. You can have, can you think of something?
Clouds of candy floss.
Wings made out of candy floss, bro.
And clouds because clouds are fluffy.
Ah, then you can fly through the clouds. Yes. But the clouds will have chocolate chips in them. And when I'm flying through them, go...
Chocolate peas.
Chocolate peas?
Yeah.
You're going to eat vegetables that are made out of chocolate.
Oh, like this. You're going to eat like this.
Yeah, and then you'll never get full, and you never need to go to the toilet, and nobody would ever say, no, stop eating that, that's too much chocolate for one day. Nobody's going to do that. You're not going to poo in Jannah. There's no poo or wee in Jannah. There's nothing bad in Jannah. There's nothing bad in Jannah. There's no sweat in Jannah. There's no sleep in Jannah. You won't get tired and think, oh, I've had a really fun day today. Let me just have a nap. No. It's just fun after fun after fun, and you will not get tired. And you will not, nobody will say no. You can have whatever you want, whatever your mind can imagine.
That's the opposite in head for you.
That's my point. This is exactly the reason. Because Allah is al-Mannan. And Allah has guided you to know that Jannah exists. How can you get to Jannah, Muhammad? What do we need? There's two very important things that you need to go to Jannah.
Vegetables.
That's in the dunya. That you have to be good in the dunya. But how can you get to Jannah? Ikhlas and taqwa. Excellent. Ikhlas, you do things to make Allah happy. Taqwa, you do the right thing wherever you are. This is the greatest favor that you can have with Allah. Now, if Allah has told you what ikhlas and taqwa is, then how are you going to say thank you to Allah? You need to say thank you to Allah in your heart. You need to love Allah. You need to be happy about Allah. You need to think about Allah. You need to have knowledge about Allah. You need to so show thank you in your heart to Allah, and in your tongue and in your actions. When we do acts of worship, or even maybe it's not an act of worship, any kind of thing that is good, if you do it say that so that Allah will be happy with you, you will go to Jannah, and that will be an act of worship. So if I say to you now, can you go get me a tissue? And you say, I really can't be asked getting up. I'm so tired, I don't want to go. But if I go get a tissue, maybe Allah will be happy with me. That might be just one thing that Allah thinks. Allah will say, on the Day of Judgment, you got that person a tissue, and I appreciate that so much. I thank you so much. Allah is going to thank you on the Day of Judgment if you do good deeds. So that means we have to be al-Mannan with the things that we have. We need to say thank you to Allah for the things that we have. We have to realize that Allah is al-Mannan for the people that we have in our lives, the people that we know. And we need to say thank you to Allah because He is al-Mannan, because He has taught us who He is and what His Jannah is. Allah, make us of those people who believe in You. Say Ameen.
Ameen.
Make us of those people of Tawheed. Make us of those people who go to Jannah. And continue to be al-Mannan to us, so that we can thank You and then we can meet You in Jannah. Or, well, He will be above Jannah, but we will be in Jannah. هذا والله أعلم وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
Thank you.
Muhammad, press the button. Muhammad, press the button.